Guys, people are about to snap. I don't know how much more people can take. Like, we've been pushed to the limit. Everything has skyrocketed. People can't afford a one-bedroom apartment. Matter of fact, 50% of the population can't afford a one-bedroom apartment on a single income. You mean to tell me in the greatest country in the world that you can work full-time and you can't afford a one-bedroom apartment? Yeah, and I don't see any relief around the corner. Do you?
This woman, Jarian, just posted a TikTok saying she wants to die. And everything in her video is to the point. She doesn't want to die. None of us want to die. None of us want to be done. All of us want to get to all the goals that we want to meet. We all want to be the best version of ourselves. But in 2025, that is so freaking hard. One job ain't going to do it. One job ain't going to do it, okay? I'm trying to live alone in 2025 in this economy, okay? And I have one of the cheapest rents ever, and it's still fucking hard. It's still fucking hard. It's hard to live. It's always been hard to live. So when are we going to get a break? We're not, okay? We're going to have to work for the rest of our lives and pay these bills for the rest of our lives. It's never going to end. The only time it will ever get better is if we see more money or when we die. That's it. Everything in life costs money. You know, I got my server job. I do TikTok as a side thing. And now I'm about to get another job. So 3 jobs just to have enough money to be able to move or even live. Hell, I need to live because I just sleep my fucking life away so I don't spend money.
708. Are you shitting me? These 2 items is $7? Are you shitting me?
So what happens if nobody can afford anything? If prices keep going up like they have in the past 5 years, what happens in 5 more years if they keep going up at the same rate? I've seen so many stories from around the world of housing has doubled in this city or electric bills have tripled in this city. At what point can nobody afford anything? I honestly feel like we're already there. So many more countries are dealing with homeless crises. You hear more and more about cities just becoming absolutely unaffordable. All while there's less and less jobs. Applying for jobs takes years at this point, and if there are any jobs left, they're being taken by robots. So what's going to happen? Seriously, we have to be on the verge of something, right? I mean, it cannot trend this way forever. I just went to the grocery store and bought 4 things and it cost me $25. A single cabbage cost me $14 in Florida in the United States of America. It was a fairly large cabbage that made a lot of kimchi, but nonetheless, one vegetable should not be costing $14. I've completely stopped eating meat. I'm a vegetarian now because I can't afford meat. It's just also exhausting. I don't have the answers, and I'm hoping maybe you do. Or what do you think's gonna happen?
I need somebody to tell me how I'm supposed to make it in today's economy. Bro, shit's so high. You can't, it's hard to go grocery shopping. I mean, you go in the store with say $300. You ain't coming out with much. And I remember back in the day, 300, shit, if you was shopping with that, you had a buggy full of meat, shrimp, steaks, enough, to last a while. Now, $300 might get you 6 little bags. That's pitiful, man. Something's got to change.
How are we all living right now? In 2025, how are we all getting by? And this is no way political, so please leave that behind at the door. But in reality, friends, fellow Americans, how are we living? How are you getting by? I don't believe there's a middle class anymore. I believe middle class is now low income, and low income is now just not surviving. So what brings me to this today is, well, a few things. One thing, for example, our town has been building these apartments, and every town is required to give so much percentage to affordable housing. And so they've announced that the lottery is beginning for the low income section of this apartment building at $2,300 a month for a 2-bedroom. A 1-bedroom was like $2,100. That's how much you would have to make basically a week. And that's low income.
Well, I am currently homeless. How did it happen? Basically, I was living in South Florida for 7 years, and with the insane rising cost of living, and we are talking insane rising cost of living. When I first moved there, I was paying $1,400, $1,500 a month for an over 1,000 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And now I was recently just paying $3,000 a month. That's nothing included for a tiny little 700 square foot 1-1. That's just one of my bills, okay? The insurance skyrocketed. They were actually trying to charge me $800, $750 a month to insure one car. I have no accidents, no claims, no nothing. Obviously, I can't afford that. Many other things skyrocketed as well, and so I was being hit from all angles, and I just couldn't.
What's going to happen when people don't have enough money to live? I mean, like, literally to afford the basic necessities like food, water, gas in the car. The minimum wage hasn't been raised in 20 years, and the prices of everything are going up exponentially. Housing, especially. They're trying to criminalize homelessness right now because pretty soon it's going to be a common crime. So, yeah, what do you think's going to happen?
I make almost twice the federal minimum wage, and I am still thousands of dollars below the poverty line. I am homeless. I live in my car. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I can hardly afford to live in my car. Food is expensive, and it's tough times, you know? I work 40 hours a week. I am not in an entry-level position. I am in a skilled position. I make twice the federal minimum wage, and I am poor. And if that isn't the most late-stage capitalism thing, if you want to buy me a meal, my Venmo's in my bio.
America, the greatest country in the world, or so we've been programmed to believe. I don't know if the greatest country in the world, if you fall and break your leg without insurance, that means you're going to lose your home and go thousands of dollars into debt. I don't know if the greatest country in the world, the average person can't afford a 1-bedroom apartment on their own. I don't know if the greatest country in the world will kick you out of your own home after you have fully paid it off if you miss property taxes a couple of years because you fell on hard times. Does the greatest country in the world rank at least top 25 in education on this planet? Well, we don't. I don't know, man. This is a hard time for millions of people. Everything is skyrocketed. The cost of living, groceries, taxes, you name it. Everything has gone up. The tires on your car, the food in your fridge, everything has just damn near doubled over the last 5 years. It's to a point where people just are emotionally damaged, right? Like, nobody hangs out anymore. Social life is at all-time low. People don't really communicate unless it's over the phone or through text messages. Like that lady said, we're just sleeping our lives away, trying to get enough rest to go to our job or our second job, just to be able to stay housed and have the basic necessities. And if you're not in that situation, that's awesome, great for you, but millions are. What's the solution? Work 4 jobs? Sleep an hour a day? Maybe we should extend the amount of hours in a day. 24 is played out. Let's go to 30. That way we can work 16-hour shifts. Because they tell you if you're not where you want to be in life, it's your fault. You just need to work harder. Well, a lot of people are seeing past that bullshit. They see that they're working very hard. Their health is deteriorating. They don't have any sleep schedule. And they can't afford to eat meat. Is that what I'm working so hard for? Just to not be living in my car? Is that the point of living in the greatest country in the world? Well, that's becoming the standard. It's messed up. It really is. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. What's the solution? I don't know. It's just disgusting. I don't think it's right. I think if you work full time, you should be able to afford the bare things in life, place to live, something to eat, maybe a vacation a year. You're not asking for much. But in this country, you have people working 2 jobs, living in a van to save up enough money to possibly get a 1-bedroom apartment. I don't know how long people are going to be able to take this. How long before it's like people just snap, start rioting, going crazy, refuse to work? Like, what is it going to take for there to be change in this country? Is it going to have to be 100 million people homeless sleeping on the street before something changes? The math ain't mathin'. But let me know down below in the comments how you guys are living, where you're living at. Are you able to get by month to month? Are you having trouble? Are you struggling? This is pretty private. No one's going to find you. You could feel free to share. I'm interested. I try to reply to every comment. Let's talk about this. But it's not looking good. The Fed's about to start printing trillions of dollars again, and here we go, back to more inflation, more problems. Who knows what 2026 has in hand for us. All we can do is do our best and keep on keeping on. Thank you guys for joining me. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.